A nice, easy class, like I said, just moving the spine in the different planes of motion that we can move it in. We can do quite a lot with the spine. If anything doesn't feel right, don't do it. It's not worth the risk, and we'll come out the end feeling super duper. So, feet fist width apart, and we are just going to take a moment to remind ourselves of our posture. So, lift your toes, spread them if you can, and then put them back down. So you've created more sort of contact surface area of your feet, soles of your feet into the floor. And then feel as if you're pressing down evenly through the entire breadth surface of that area. And that pushing down is giving you a little bit of uplift through your body. At the same time, your belly button is pulling lightly towards your spine. Your tailbone is lengthening towards your heels. So you've got that nice long lower back. Your ribs are soft. So if you think of your ribs like this, you've got a little gap between them at the front there. You don't want that to open. You want to keep it soft and closed. So your ribs are nice and relaxed. Collarbones are wide. Shoulders are down. Chin is slightly tucked. So if you think about the length in the back of our neck there, it's almost like Dr. Spock ears here, this way. And then you're thinking about lifting up the crown of your head. Now, we're already working. Just by thinking about our posture and standing correctly, we are already working. But let's do a bit more, shall we? Take a breath in. Exhale, chin to chest. The first of 3 roll downs. Soften the knees, chaps. Going down one vertebra at a time. Hanging nice and loose over your legs. Nod your head. Shake your arms, make sure everything's nice and relaxed. And then take a breath in. Exhale, scoop out the belly. Create some lightness in your middle to float up. Stacking the vertebrae this time. All the way back to our beautifully poised position. Good. Breath in. Exhale, chin to chest. Soften the knees. Roll yourself down, keeping the weight slightly forward. So your bottom is in the air. Breath in and then exhale, pulling the belly button to the spine. Curling, rolling, unfurling even, all the way back up. Good. One more should do it. Breath in. Exhale, chin to chest. Crown of the head dropping down towards the floor. Breath in at the bottom and then exhale, up we go. Staying looking at your toes until the very last moment when your head comes up at the top. Good. Just take a moment. Can you sense that your weight is even between your right and your left sides? What you can actually do is shift slightly over to your right. See how that feels. Sorry, that's your right, isn't it? Shift over to your right. Then you can shift over to your left. And now try and find that perfect spot in the middle where you are perfectly even weight through both soles of your feet. Lovely. And we're going to shoulder roll. Shoulder roll, shoulder roll. Think of the shoulder blades moving. Lots of action there as they're sort of winging around, flapping all over the place. That's it. And now roller back, opening up the chest. Super. Nice big circles, looking good, everyone. And then the last thing we're going to do, bring the heads of the shoulders up to the ears, hide your neck, be the honey monster, and then let them drop. Good. And bring them up, hide your neck, shimmy your neck. Lovely. So remember, each time you do this, any tension that you may have is just dropping out of your fingertips and fizzing away into the floor like an Alka-Seltzer. One more time. And drop. Lovely. Let's come down to the mat without further faff. And continuing this idea of moving our spine in different directions, we are going to do some cat-cow from 4-point kneeling, all right? So set yourself up with your hands directly under your shoulders, your knees directly under your hips. Think about pulling your belly button lightly towards your spine, and then think about putting your shoulder blades down your back. So it's like your shoulder blades are sliding down towards your back waist. That's it. Take a breath in. As you exhale, actively push the mat away from you, round the back into a C shape, getting that tailbone tucked up and underneath you. Let your head just drop. Inhale now as you lengthen through right from the base of your spine, pulling out the vertebrae. Lovely, into an arch shape. Super, let's go again. Exhale, we're rounding over into a C. Inhale, lengthen through, pulling out your spine. Think about lengthening from the crown of your head, lots of space in your chest. Let's go again. Exhale to round over. Pushing the mat away as if you're a superhero and you could literally push the floor away from you. Inhale, lengthen through. Stretch it out, shoulders down. Good. Let's go one more time. Exhale. Pull that tailbone up and underneath you. Drop the head. Inhale, lengthen through. Stretch it out. Nice work, chaps. Now you're going to return to your mid-neutral position, and we're going to take our left arm out to the side at shoulder height for a little bit of the old thread the needle, okay? So inhale at center. Exhale as you thread that arm down and through under your right arm, bringing your left shoulder to the floor, looking up towards the ceiling, back of the hand sliding along the floor. Inhale as you come back, rewinding, and here's where you're going to feel it if you've been on a break, opening out the chest. That's it. Open up that top shoulder. Lovely. Looking good there, Sheila. And a kiss from Hilda. Well done, Grandma, she says. Inhale at center. Exhale. Here we go. Slide out. Bottom in the air. Inhale, we bring it back. Exhale. Turn and look up to the ceiling. It was going crazy. Let's go again, chaps. Inhale at center. Exhale. Hilda's a little comic, isn't she, Sheila? Very sweet. Bring it back. Now, push down into your right hand. Use it for a little bit of leverage to turn away from it. Opening the chest to the side wall. Good. Stretch to your fingertips. Lovely. One more time. Here we go. Inhale at center. Exhale. Sliding just a little bit further, maybe. Bring it back on the inhale. Open your chest. There you go. Look up towards the ceiling. Roll those shoulders down and back. Lovely, Sheila. Nicely corrected. Bring your hand down. Let's go to the other side. Right arm out at shoulder height. Inhale. Exhale as you thread it down and through. Back of the hand. Slidey, slidey. That's it. Stretch it out. Inhale as you bring it back. How are we going to feel on this side? Let's find out. Stretch it up. Turn the chest to the wall to the side of you. And let's go again. Inhale at center. Exhale as you stretch. Reach for that dusty pound under the sofa. Inhale as you come back. Exhale as you turn. Rolling those shoulders down and back, away from the back of your skull there. And again, inhale. Exhale, threading the needle, reaching further. Good. Bring it back. Open, open, stretch to the fingernail on your middle finger. Last one. Here we go. Down and through. Looking really good, chaps. Well done. Bring it back. And turn it, shoulders down and back. Look up to the stars. Bring it down and let's come off our wrists. Super work. Hilda's lively today, Sheila, huh? All right, so we're going to take a roll back, but it's literally to get us down on the floor. So if you're not quite feeling up to doing a roll back yet, just lie down, all right? Completely fine. Otherwise, you've got your legs out in front. Bent legs, that's it. Now sit up straighter. Imagine my hand is on your back and I'm pushing. That's it. Now just lift your gaze slightly. Lift your gaze. There you go. Bingo. Take a breath in. Exhale, we're going to scoop it out. We're going down one vertebra at a time. And we're saying, good morning, abs. Come in, abs. Are you there, abs? And let's take a full body stretch at the bottom there. Because it feels nice. Stretch it out. All right then, let's do some chest lift, shall we? So we are going to do some ab work, obviously. Nice and gentle though, just to, remind ourselves that our abs are still there. Don't worry about it. Mine are buried under several layers of French cheese, but they are still there. I know that. Because they're hurting the day after yesterday. Let's put our hands behind our head. So your feet are fist width apart. And just take a moment to check that your hips, your knees, your ankles are in alignment like railroad tracks, okay? Now lift up your head just about 1 centimetre off the floor. And just feel the weight of your head. Pretty heavy, huh? You want to keep that nice heaviness in your hands as we go through the exercise. So here we go. Take a breath in. Exhale, up you come into your chest lift. Super, keep those knees in parallel. And we inhale down. We exhale up. We inhale down. Keep it going, chaps. Find your own rhythm if you want to. Remembering to keep some space under your chin. You're looking beyond your knees. And we're playing around with a different image today. So keep going. And now I want you to imagine that you're wearing a pair of braces. You know, like chaps used to wear elastic braces clipped onto their trousers to hold their trousers up. I think the Americans actually call them suspenders. But imagine you're wearing a pair of braces. As you come up, those braces are really slackening. So they're sort of, curving up, all loose and slack. And as you're coming down, they're coming back to their nice taut position. So loosen your braces. Lengthen your braces. Loosen your braces. Lengthen your braces. So this is just to remind us that it's the work in the front body here. It's that shortening of the front body that is bringing our chest up. Looking good. We're going to do 10 more, don't hate me. Here we go. 10. And down. And 9. Keep the head heavy. And 8, good, and down, and 7. Can you get those shoulder blades a bit higher? 6, I know you can, and 5. Keep that tailbone nice and heavy into the mat, don't let it tuck, and 3, and down, exhale, 2, and down. Last one, we're gonna hold it up. Now press the back of your head lightly into your hands so you're nice and rested there with your head in the hammock of your hands. Now you're going to take a breath in. As you exhale, see if you can come up a little bit higher, bringing those shoulder blades a little bit further off the floor. That's it. Hold it there. Inhale. Exhale, see if you can come up a little bit more. Those braces are really slack now. Inhale. Exhale, come up a little bit higher. That's it. Keep the head nice and heavy. One last time. Breath in. Exhale, up you come. Super work. Bring yourself down. Hug your knees into your chest. Lovely. So holding on to the front of your knees, you're just going to stir your pudding. So stir your knees round. There you go. And while you're doing this, just put your awareness in your pelvis. You're probably going to find that it's rocking slightly, which is fine, but we don't want our lower back to really be arching away from the floor. So keep your belly button pulling to your spine to keep yourself supported while we stir our pudding with our knees, just loosening up those hips. Let's go in the other direction. Stir your pudding the other way. Again, limiting any rocking of your pelvis there. Lovely. And then you're going to bring your feet back down to the mat as we were. We're going to do some chest lift with rotation. And this week we're doing it slightly differently. So just look towards me as I show you what we're going to do. You're going to take a breath in and you're going to exhale up into a regular chest lift, right at center. Then you're going to take a breath in there, and as you exhale, you're going to turn your armpit towards the floor, all right? Then you're going to inhale back to center, staying up in your chest lift, oh yes. And then you're going to go to the other side, thinking of that armpit coming to the floor. Now, what I want you to be careful of is that as you turn, you don't come away from the hips. This is a huge exaggeration, but don't let the hip on the other side lighten. Keep that down into the floor and then use your abdominal obliques to turn, getting that armpit to the floor. All right, that's it, Sheila. Yes, exactly. So let's come down, hands back behind your head. Knees in parallel. Are you ready? Let's take a breath in. Exhale up to a chest lift at center. Nice and high, please. Let's come back to this same height each time we hit center, okay? Breath in. Now exhale, turn, armpit to the floor. Doesn't matter which way, that's it, good. Inhale back to center. Exhale, armpit on the other side to the floor, good. And inhale, center. And exhale, turn, good. Looking good, both of you, well done. Inhale up and exhale, turn. Inhale, chest lift, hit that chest lift. And turn, and inhale. So your top elbow is pointing up to the ceiling. Inhale. We're using our abdominal obliques, and it feels fab. And turn. 4 more. Inhale. Exhale, turn. And inhale, center. Exhale, turn. And inhale, center. That's 3. Center. And turn. And center. This is 2, good, and center, keep their head heavy. Last one, make it a good one. Turn, and center, and turn. Come back to center. Let's go for gold. Take a breath in. As you exhale, see if you can come up a little bit higher. At center, come back to center. Not turning, back to center, Sheila. And bring yourself down. I don't think she can hear me, bless her. Or is she frozen? I think she's frozen. Oh no. Oh, there she is, she's back. Sorry, Sheila, you've frozen like that, so I wasn't sure if you could hear me. I'm sorry. We're going to bring our knees and our ankles together now, chaps, for a nice hip roll. So arms in a T position, palms up. That's it. Everybody, okay, there we go. So just look at your hands and make sure they're level or slightly below your shoulders, all right? Ankles and knees are together, and you're going to let your knees drop all the way over to the right, as far as they want to go. But, and here it is, you're going to keep your left shoulder blade stuck into the floor. Don't go light on that left shoulder blade. Now turn your head to look towards your left hand. Fully turn it. So the left ear comes down towards the mat. That's it. Now take a breath in, and as you exhale, you're going to use the left side of your body that we've just been working on our chest lift with rotation to pull your knees back to center. Now let your knees go all the way to the left. This time the right shoulder blade stays stuck into the mat, and we turn to look at our right hand, right ear turning towards the floor. Take a breath in. Exhale, use the right side of your body, ribs, waist, hips, to pull yourself back. Over to the right, looking to the left. Make sure your lower back isn't arching. Exhale, draw those legs back to center by using your side body. Legs to the left, head to the right. And exhale back to center. Let's do a couple more of these. We're getting some rotation through the spine here. And we're getting a little neck stretch too. Keep your chin tucked. Lengthen the back of your neck. Good. Back to center. Other side. Back to center. Last one. It should feel quite nice. Hopefully it does. Let those knees go. There you go. And back to center. Last one. Over to the left. Use the side body to bring your legs back. Super. And you're going to bring your arms down by your side. That's it. Palms on the floor. Make sure the backs of your shoulders are pressing into the floor and the heads of your shoulders haven't popped up. Now you're going to open your heels just a little bit. That's it. And then you're going to open your toes to align with your heels so we're back in our fist width apart position. Super. Now already be pulling your belly button down towards the mat like a upholstery button, dimple upholstery button. You're going to take a breath in. As you exhale, you're going to lift your left leg to tabletop. That's it. And place it down. On the inhale. Exhale, right leg comes to tabletop. Inhale, place it down. Left leg. So it's like we're marching in place, chaps, all right? Just right leg and left leg alternately coming up to tabletop position. Exhaling as you bring the leg up, inhaling as you place it back on the mat. Now keep going, and what I want you to think about is again to limit any movement through your pelvis, through your torso. So we're working our core here to keep ourselves nice and still through our body while our legs march around. All right, so it's subtle, but you should feel it. Hopefully you are. Good. Keep marching. Keep those collarbones nice and wide. Chin slightly tucked, back of the neck long. Let's go 4 and down. 3. Think about pulling that belly button even further down into the floor as your leg comes up. And down and up and down. Good. Now this time you're going to take a breath in. Exhale, bring your left leg to tabletop. Bring your right leg to tabletop. Now your legs can be together now, all right? So we're making it harder for ourselves because we've taken the support of one leg away. You're going to toe tap your left leg towards the floor. And then you're going to exhale it back up to center. Other leg, toe tap it away. You lost Sheila, I hope she can come back. Exhale, bring it up, good. So again, we're marching here, but we're using our core muscles to keep ourselves nice and still through the body. And you might want to imprint slightly, so press the back of your waist into the floor so you're nicely supported there. Exhaling as the leg comes up to tabletop, inhaling as it goes down. Looking good there, nice. Remember, it's the angle at the hip that changes, not the angle at the knee. So keep that leg in a 90-degree angle position. Let the thigh drop away from you. That's it. We're going to do 4 more. Here we go. 4, and up. 3, and up. 2, up. Good. And 1, and up. Just pull those knees into your chest. Have a little rock and a roll. So we ramped it up a little bit there by taking our supporting leg off the floor. Now I'm going to ramp it up just a little bit more. And remember, these ramp ups are optional. If you'd rather not ramp up, knock it back to what we've just been doing. Otherwise, chaps, bring one leg at a time back up to tabletop. That's it. And now this time you're going to take your arms above your chest, palms facing, fingertips extending towards the ceiling. And we're going to go back to our toe tap marching. So left leg drops away, exhale as you bring it back up. Exhale as you drop the right leg away and bring it back up. Good. And here comes Sheila joining us back in the Zoom room, hopefully. So can you feel how you're making your core work even harder here now We've taken away even more support. Hello, Sheila, welcome back. Nice to see you.
I'm back.
Yes, it's nice to see you. Well done. Back in the Zoom room. So we're just ramping up our little toe tappies here. And we've imprinted our back slightly so we're nice and safe there. Looking good. Well done, chaps. Let's do 2 more. Down and up. Toe tap away and up. Last one. And up and down and up. And then hug your knees into your chest. So we've got one final optional, remember it is always optional, ramp up. So we've been progressively making it harder by taking away levers, taking away support rather. Now we're going to make it harder by lengthening our levers. So we're going into some dead bug, all right? So legs back in tabletop. Have arms above your chest again, palms facing, fingers extending towards the ceiling. So you're going to extend your right arm and your left leg long away. That's it. And then exhale, use your center to bring everything back into your first position. Good. Left arm, right leg. Inhale as you lengthen away. Exhale as you draw it back to center. So keep going. Keep the throat nice and soft. Think about how you're using your lovely Pilates core muscles here to, again, limit any movement through the torso. It's just our arms and our legs lengthening and then drawing back. Press the back of your waist slightly into the mat to imprint. And rejoicing your core strength. Hurrah! Back. We're going to do 2 more sets, but if you feel cooked, please rest. After a break, remember, we ease ourselves back into it. And lengthen. Back. Last set. Lengthen. Back. Lengthen. And back. Lovely work. Let's come into a nice happy baby. So holding onto the sides of your feet, or your ankles, or even your shins here. And you're focusing on pulling your knees down towards your armpits. And at the same time about lengthening your tailbone down towards the mat. Soles of the feet facing the ceiling. And then we just have a nice little happy baby rock around. Super. All right, bring your legs back down. Super. Back down to fist width apart, but you're going to bring your heels slightly closer to your bottom now because we're going to go up into a pelvic curl, all right? So arms long down by your side again, palms on the mat, backs of the arms pressing into the mat. Remember to keep those collarbones nice and wide. Take a breath in. Exhale, let's pelvic tilt. Tilt your pelvis up, let your tailbone float up. And then press into your feet. Let your knees move away from you as you roll up through the rest of your spine. All the way up to the top. Use the backs of your thighs and your buttocks to get those hips a little bit higher. Keep the throat nice and soft. And then exhale, let's roll down. Nice and slowly, articulating through the vertebrae. All the way back down. Lovely, let's go again. Breath in. Exhale, tilt up the pelvis. Knees now move forward over your second and third toes as you bring up the hips. That's it. Get those hips up higher. Lovely. Exhale, we're going to roll it down. Take a breath in. Exhale to pelvic tilt. Up you come. Rolling up. Using the buttocks, using the hamstrings to press the hips up. Opening up the front of your hips to the ceiling. Good. And exhale, bring it down. All right. Last one with some optional add-ons. Take a breath in, exhale as you tilt. Roll yourself back up, opening the front of your hips to the ceiling. Good. Now you're going to imagine you've got a squishy ball between your knees. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, squeeze the squishy ball. Sheila had temporarily gone, but now she's back again. And exhale, squeeze the imaginary squishy ball and release. And squeeze it. Work those inner thighs. That's it. Keeping the hips nice and high. And squeeze it, and release. 2 more. Squeeze and release. Last one, squeeze and release. Good. Pop your heels if you want to. Take your arms up and over. Let's stretch it out. Get the front of the hips even closer to the ceiling. Nice work, chaps. Drop your heels. Leave your arms where they are as you roll down away from them. And just hug your knees into your chest. Super. Is everyone feeling okay? Yes, lovely. All right then, we'll move on to some side body action. So grab your head cushions and your little weight for in a minute. And we'll get into some crunch. So we've been doing a combination of regular clams and diamond clams, and then a surprise finale, which Sheila will know what it is, so it's no surprise to her. All right, so your legs are bent. Remember, your feet and your bottom are as if they're both against the wall, so they're lined up. Put your hand on your top hip, keep it nice and still, and we're just going to do regular clams. So just the knee comes up, keep your toes together, knee to ceiling, good, and down, and up, and down, good, and 3, and down, and 4, good. Can you get that knee higher? And 5, but keep the hips still, and 6, looking good, and 7, and 8, relax the upper body, and 9, lovely, and 10, good. Drop your knees, lift your feet. Let's get into some diamonds. Same idea with the hip. It's not going to move. It's not going to rock and roll around. Here we go. Knee to ceiling and down. Good. And up and down. Keep going. Now remember, the work is not just in the opening. You're resisting the closing. So you're getting work in both parts of our clam. So double clammy whammy. 6 and down, and 7 and down. Good. Knee to ceiling each time. 8, looking good, and 9 and down, and 10. Just 2 more. Stick with it. 11 and down, and 12 and down. Good. Now take the knee back up. Hold it in your diamond clam position. Now your legs are going to stay in this shape, but you're going to lift your underneath thigh off the floor for a little pincer clam. There's our surprise finale, everybody. Isn't it great? Feel it in the side body there, in that side rump. Bring your legs down, lovely. And let's get into a nice arm opening. So yes, Abigail, you're doing it completely right. Your legs are in your diamond position. They stay in that shape, and then you just lift everything up. So you can use this arm on the floor to help you. So this underneath thigh comes off the floor, and you really feel it here. Yeah. All right. Let's get into an arm opening. Poor old Sheila is having some technical issues today. Let's hope she can get that computer to behave. So arms out in front, shoulders down, weight in your top hand if you want to use it. Take the hand to the ceiling. Check out the ceiling, and then turn your breastbone to face up as you open yourself out. Turning to look at your extended hand, and then just take a moment to breathe. So inhale and the top ribs expand. Exhaling, you just let everything soften down. Chin is slightly tucked so the back of the neck is long. Let's go again, breathe. And exhale. Bring yourself back. That's it. And let's go again. So hand to ceiling. And then open up, following your hand with your gaze. Keeping your knees stacked. Getting that nice rotation through the spine. Opening out the chest. And breathe. Bring yourself back. Lovely. And you're going to sit up into your modified mermaid. Okay, so just legs to the side. Now remember, in any kind of mermaid, you want to focus on softening this back hip crease, the one that's on top. So you want to soften that down so that back buttock can come down into the floor, okay? And then you're just going to hold on to your top shin there, and we're going to take a side bend towards our legs. That's it. Yes, the hard way. Keep that top shoulder down and think about fanning open your rib bones here, like a sort of an accordion feeling as you open out. Super. Can you go a bit further, maybe softening this back hip? Lovely. And then bring yourself up. Good. Let's go to the other side, back to the clams. Bring the old gubbins with you. Super. So we're starting with those 10 regular. Feet and bottom aligned, hand on your top hip. Upper body relaxed. Here we go. Knee to ceiling. And down. Good. And up. And down. Super. Come up to the same height each time. Remember, quality control here. Each one as good as, if not better, than the last. And 6. And down. And 7. And down. Good. And 8. Keep breathing. 9. Lovely. And 10. Super. Drop your knees, lift your feet. Here we go with our diamonds. Are you ready? Keep that top hip nice and still. Knee to ceiling. Good. And resist the closing. And up. And squeeze it down. And up. And squeeze it down. Good. 4. And down. And 5. Keep those toes in the air. Down. And 7. And down. 8. Good. Nearly there. Keep going, chaps. Keep breathing. Hang in there. 10. And down. 2 more. 11. And resist. And 12. And resist. Good. Take it back up one last time for our fantastic finale. Keep your legs in your diamond shape. Lift your underneath thigh off the floor. Woo-hoo. There we go. And bring it down. Super. Let's reward ourselves with a nice arm opening. Legs up at 90 degrees. Arms out in front. Shoulders down. Good. All right. Hand to ceiling. Look at your ceiling. And then open out the chest. Getting that top shoulder down, roll down and back away from your ear as you turn your head, looking towards your outstretched hand. Lower back is not arching away. And breathe. And bring yourself back. Lovely. Let's go one more time. Take it to the ceiling. Take the bridge. And open out. Inhale, putting in lots of air as those top ribs expand up And exhale, just melt into your mat as you deflate down. And bring yourself back. Lovely. And let's come up to our modified mermaid on the other side. So it might feel quite different for you on this side. This for me is my tighter hip, so I do find it a little bit harder to soften there and get that back buttock down. Hold on to your top shin. Let's take that side bend. Keep your gaze up and forward. Remember, if you look down, you're losing a whole big chunk of your spine there. That's it. Yeah, watch your knee, Abigail. That's it. Make yourself comfortable. That's better, yes. Lovely, chaps. And bring yourself up. So we're going to take our hip cushions and we're going to sit on them, all right? And come to cross-legged for a little bit of spine rotation. So make yourself all comfy. Hopefully Sheila's there, even if we can't see her. All right. So just pull lightly against your knees to get that length through your spine. Remember, keep your ribs closed there, ribs nice and soft. You're going to bring up your right arm. You're going to cross it over your body, so the back of your hand is now going to the outside of your knee. Other hand is on the floor behind your bottom like a little kickstand. That's it. And you can press down into that hand to get length through the spine. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to rotate towards the wall behind you. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to turn. Keep completely upright. Don't lean back. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to turn. And come back to center. Good. Left arm comes up, sitting up nice and tall. Take it across your body, and let's go again. Inhale, lengthen up to the crown of your head. Exhale as you turn, using the back of your hand against your knee for a little bit of leverage there to turn around. Inhale to lengthen taller. Exhale to rotate a little bit more, spiraling around. One more time. And come back to center. Lovely. And then you're just going to round forward, bringing your hands to the floor to support you. And let your head drop forward. So we're going to feel this stretch in our glutes and in our hips. It's one of those stretches that can feel a little bit zingy to start with. You have to learn how to let go. So take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, just think of that air exhaling out through your hips, allowing you to let go of any tension there, allowing you to soften forward. Maybe you can surprise yourself and go a bit further. And roll yourself up. Lovely. Let's swap legs. We're going to do that all again with the other leg in front, all right? So again, just lightly pull against your knees to get that nice straight spine, that length. Think of sitting behind yourself and seeing your lovely ramrod straight spine. Right arm comes up on the inhale. Exhale as you take it across the body. Belly button stays pulling to spine, and we're staying completely upright as we inhale and exhale, twisting like a piece of fusilli pasta. Turning around to look at the wall behind you. Inhale. Exhale, turn. And bring it back to center. Really good. Left arm comes up. Take it across the body. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to turn. Spiral it up like a corkscrew, all the way up and out the top of your head. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to turn. Bring yourself back. And once more, just round forward, using your hands to support you, but letting your head drop. And using your breath to explore the stretch in your hips and your glutes here. It's always possible that you're going to completely astound yourself and go further than you ever thought you could. Just by letting go. And bring yourself up. Super. And we're going to bring ourselves onto our back for a quick little hammy stretch. We're kind of running out of time, but we are going to do a little hammy stretch. Because if you've taken a break off, you know, yeah, hammies can be the first to go, can't they? So feel free to use a head cushion to keep the back of your neck long if you feel you need it, and grab your band. So we've just done our glutes, so we can go straight into our hammies. Put your foot in the band, and then take that foot skyward. Bring your elbows down to the floor, open out your collarbones to keep yourself supported. That's it. And then when you're ready, start bending that knee down towards your chest, and then pushing your heel away from you as you open out the back of your leg. Good. Now you don't have to flex your foot. You can point your foot here if you want to. It's up to you. As always, find what suits you and your body today. It might be different from what it was last week. You never know. Breathe into the back of the leg. If you're feeling a bit looser, you can start walking your hands up your band. There you go. And just bend. Stretch. Super, let's go one more time. Bend. Stretch, super. Relax that stretch off, bring the other foot into the band to join its body, take the first leg out. Elbows back down by your waist to get supported to start with. Flex the foot if you want to, and then bend the knee. Push the heel away from you, open out the back of the leg. And again, good. Use the breath. Inhale to bend. Exhale as the air floats down the back of your leg, helping you to explore your stretch. Good. And again, start walking your hands up the band if you feel you can. Soften in the hip crease. Lovely, let's go one more time. Nice work, chaps. Bring your leg down, bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees just drop open. You can get rid of your bands. You can either have your hands on your tummy like this, or you can have your arms out to the side in sort of a low V, palms up, or at shoulder height, or even above your head, whatever feels comfortable for you. Think of lengthening your tailbone towards your heels so your lower back does not arch. And then just take a couple of breaths here, enjoying that feeling of gravity working on your knees to help you open out your hips. Lovely. We're going to bring our knees up, and we're going to come up to sitting. There's one direction that we haven't moved our spine in very much, really. What is it? Anybody? It's back extension. Yes, it is. So let's finish with that. So you're going to come down onto your tummy. We're going to keep it nice and simple though, okay? So you're going to bring your hands under your shoulders. So your elbows are down by your waist here, and in close to your waist and on the floor. All right, so they're sort of really folded up and sort of into your body. And then roll the heads of your shoulders down and back. So you're sort of having to think about drawing your shoulder blades down and together to do that. And hopefully that should help you float your nose off the floor. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, think about pulling your belly button away from the floor and lengthening your tailbone towards your heels. Now, just like at the beginning of the class, we're already working just to hold this position, all right? But we're going to do a little more. You're going to inhale, you're going to roll your marble with your nose towards the top of your mat, lifting up that very uppermost portion of your back. Think of your breastbone coming up and forward towards the top of your mat. That's it. And exhale, bring yourself down. Lovely. Let's just do a few more of those. Inhale, roll that marble, press your forearms into the mat, making that ramp shape on an aircraft carrier with your back, and exhale, bring it down. Inhale, up we go. Pulling long out of the crown of your head, keep the back of your neck long, looking good there, Abigail, well done. And exhale down. One more like this. Inhale, marble roll. That's it. And exhale down. Good. A little add-on if you fancy it. See how you and your back are feeling today. Inhale, marble roll, just as before. Come up into your little back extension. And now lift up your forearms away from the floor into that sort of don't shoot me position. Think about drawing your shoulder blades together. So like little chicken wings in your back there. Squashing the space between your shoulder blades. Still keep your belly button pulling away from the floor. Think about lengthening out the top of your head, good. And bring yourself down. One more of those and that'll be it. Inhale, marble roll. Come up into your little back extension first. Set yourself up for success. Then float the arms up, drawing the shoulder blades together. Pull your belly button away from the floor a little bit more. Can you get a little bit more height and length through the back? And super. Bring yourself down, chaps. Well done. Push back into child's pose. Lovely work. Bottom pulling towards your heels, fingertips stretching forward, breastbone coming down towards the floor. Lovely. Now walk your hands over to the right to stretch out under your left shoulder blade. And walk yourself back to center. Lovely. Walk yourself over to the left to stretch out under your right shoulder blade. And back to center. Good. Let's take one more moment at center here. Pull the bottom down towards the heels. There you go. And then walk your hands towards your knees. That's it. You're going to bring your knees together now, and you're going to tuck your toes underneath you. That's it. And then keep walking your hands back towards your knees so your knees come off the floor and you're sitting on your haunches. Such a big word, isn't it? And then just take a moment there, sitting on your haunches so you can let your calves and your Achilles tendons get a little stretch as your heels sort of lengthen towards the floor. No, if it's not possible, don't do it. No, okay, it's all right. So from here, we're just going to take our bottom skyward for a last little hammy stretch, if you feel like it, okay? So take yourself up. You can support yourself by holding onto your shins here if your hands don't come to the floor. And then just bend the knees and then re-straighten. Lifting up the hip crease area so you're nicely folded over. Torso cascading over your legs. Bend the knees one last time. Take a breath in. As you exhale, scoop it out at your center, float it up, stack up the vertebrae. Coming all the way to the top. Good. Let's just stand with our feet a little wider so we're nice and stable. And let's just take a little chest opener. So pulling the hands back and slightly up away from you. That's it. Change the interlace of your fingers. And go again. Doesn't feel right like that, does it? Isn't it funny? Sure my fingers aren't laced properly. And then release, and let's come back to center to finish this off. Watch your props are not going to be a health and safety hazard. Heaven forfend. That's it. We're going to stand with our feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. Lengthen that tailbone down towards the floor, belly button pulling back. We're going to take our right arm up and just take it over into a nice, easy side bend. There you go. Top shoulder down. There you go. Yes. And bring it up. Lovely. Other arm. Inhale to reach. Exhale to take it over. Again, fanning those rib bones there. And up you come. Good. Bring your feet a little closer together. Bend your knees slightly. Bring your arms forward. That's it. And we're just going to open the door. Keeping your hips facing forward. That's it. Pulling that back arm further back. More. Come on, rotate through the waist. You can go further. I know you can. I've seen you go further. That's it. Bring yourself back. Lovely. Other side. Open the door. Turning to look at the wall behind you. There you go. Keep bent in the knees because it does help. Bring yourself back to center. Good. And bring yourself up straight. Sort yourself out. Ear to shoulder for a little neck stretch. Oh, that's nice. And over to the side. Sheila, I hope you're there. Bless your heart having those tech issues, but keeping going. And the dogs as well. Talk about plate full. And up. We're going to finish with our 2 up stretches with a balance, of course, because that's what we're good at. Here we go. Inhale, take it up. Scratch the ceiling. Exhale, push the air down, grow taller, taller, taller through the body. One more time with a show-off finale. Inhale, up. Exhale, push the air down, float on up, hold your core. We've worked it, we've got it. Use it. Alakazam. Yeah. Well done, everybody. Lovely to see you. Enjoy the rest of your day and your weekend when you get there, and I hope to see you soon.